Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I am your host, Daniel.
And I'm Jackson.
And I'm Reese.
And today we are talking about Lego Mario sets. That's right. This is a theme that we have never done an episode of Between the Studs about before because, frankly, we probably haven't had enough people here at the store who are that interested in it to warrant talking about it.
Fair.
But Jackson, you've been on one episode of Between the Studs before.
Absolutely.
And typically when people start working for us, we start out by asking them, what are your favorite themes? And you had some unconventional favorite themes, I would say.
A few interesting takes.
You had, let's see, what did you have? You had Mario,
DC,
which is what I'm looking forward to talking with you about.
and Minecraft.
Yeah. Very exciting. Now, Reese, I was surprised to learn that you had never been on an episode of Between the Studs before. Is that right?
That's correct. I've never been on one.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Reese is our shipping manager, so it's possible he's never been on one just because he's always very, very busy.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you here as both fans of Mario in general as well as Lego Mario in particular. So let's start off by talking about your kind of personal connections with Mario. Were you into it as a kid? Did you get into Lego Mario? You know, things like that.
So I've always been a huge fan of Mario since I was a kid. I grew up with an N64 that was my dad's. He got it late in life and he passed it down to me, and I have been playing Mario 64 on it forever. So this specific set really means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, this is an awesome one for sure. This is one of the better first kind of sculpture sets that they came out with, I would say. Yeah, I played a lot of... I had a neighbor down the street who had Mario 64 as well, and we played a lot of that at his house, so I like this one a lot as well. Definitely. How about any other Mario games you've played? Any other? Is this one your favorite for sure?
This one's definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
But I've played just about every Mario game. I don't think I've missed one, other than maybe a couple of the Game Boy games that I haven't played. I'm a huge fan. Played all the platformers, all the 3D games. I love it.
Excellent. How about you, Reese? What's kind of your personal connection with Mario? Any particular games you had a soft spot for growing up, or your favorite game nowadays?
Yeah, I didn't play as many of the older Mario games, but I started on the Wii. So the Mario that came with the Wii, I played a lot of that one with my family, and that was always fun, you know, with like my sisters like falling behind in a bubble and like not popping them.
Yeah.
The classic kind of experience.
Nice. Absolutely. Do you have a favorite game overall?
I hate to say a 3D game, but 3D World was a lot of fun because there's just so much content. That game just kept going forever, it felt like.
Nice. Well, we'll probably represent three different kind of eras here then, because a lot of the Mario games that I played growing up were Game Boy Advance games or some other ones that I inherited from my brothers. I think I had, I had 6 Golden Coins. I think I had that one on Game Boy. I had Super Mario Bros. 3 on Game Boy. That was a great one. Yoshi's Island on Game Boy. Spent a lot of time with those. So let's start talking about Lego Mario here. So we'll just kind of roll through the different years of kind of hit some of the major highlights of the benchmarks that happened in each year. So Lego Mario started in 2020 with the release of the Mario Starter Kit here with the first digital Mario that could interact with those interactive sets. So they had the starter packs, they had lots of expansion packs. They also immediately started with the collectible series like random blind bags. Have you guys ever gotten into buying any of those?
I did, yeah. I had a few of them back in like 2021, maybe. I was still in high school. And I was like, I'll try it. Why not?
You just bought random ones to see what you got, or were you standing there in Walmart feeling them up, trying to...
Which one is which?
No, I was just buying random ones. I wasn't trying to feel them up. I didn't know enough about it at the time, you know? But I got a few cool ones. I got like a Boo I was a big fan of, and I got a couple of the Bullet Bills.
Nice.
So cool.
Yeah. So you'd say those are your favorites of those?
Yeah. Well, they were the ones I got out of the bags, you know?
Yeah. Like Reese mentioned, those ones are particularly hard to feel. I'm sure it's the shipping manager that's one we have to double check.
Yeah, luckily we don't get a lot of those in, so we don't have to deal with the sealed ones very often.
Yeah, I was surprised that we actually have some of those identified on our website, because I was asking Ian, I was like, do we have any of those so we could have some on the table? And he was like, we have them downstairs sorted by what they are. And I was like, really? I didn't know you could feel those ones to tell what they are. Pieces, a lot of basic parts in those. But the cool parts, there were a lot of recolors and special prints and stuff that we got out of them, which is awesome. We also got the power-up packs in 2020, which are like some of the lowest piece count sets maybe ever produced.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes a new hat and new overalls and maybe like a little stand to put them on. But yeah, I don't know if those were particularly well loved, because I don't know if they ever did that beyond 2020. Did they do more of those?
They only did like 5 of them.
35. That was kind of crazy if you think about it like that.
Okay, so there's a little more to the base than I thought. Okay, so it's probably, let's see, Bricklink lists it as 11 parts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like the hat, the overalls, a couple bases, a little rock, a lava piece. Not much, but more expensive nowadays because they get extra functionality with the game and stuff.
True.
And then the first large kind of sculpture set that we got in 2020 was the NES, which we have here, which I was kind of surprised was listed under Super Mario.
Yeah.
You have this one as well?
I do have this one, yeah.
Nice.
I actually bought this one here about 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Way before I started working here. I bought it built like this.
Okay.
And then I took the whole thing apart, and then I forgot about it for like 3 years. And then I started working here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I still have that somewhere. So I went back and I built it.
Nice.
And now it's sitting nicely on display in my new house.
Excellent.
Nice.
This is a cool set. I mean, this is almost a perfect recreation of an NES. I mean, my older brothers had one. I got to play it a lot as well. So this is a fantastic set. There's lots of Easter eggs in it, and they are all specific to Mario, so I can see kind of why this one is. But I was surprised in looking it up that it wasn't just under, Creator Expert or Icons or whatever like the Atari is. But I would say that was a fantastic first kind of larger sculpture set. Moving on to 2021, that was when we got the question block set, which we already talked about. Another fantastic one based off of the Mario 64. So they kind of went from the very first one, then they jumped all the way to 64. They skipped over a lot of games in the middle, but those are probably two of the most popular ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the first 3D game. It started a whole new era of Mario games.
Absolutely, yeah, huge benchmark. A lot of iconic moments in that. Of course, you got the penguin challenge,
yes.
infamously difficult. The let's see, what else do we got over here? Yeah, the Peach's Castle. We got the little Yoshi Easter egg in the back. Is cool. You got some of the little printed parts inside with the different portraits that you could jump into, which is super rad. And then of course the whole secret inside scene with the Bowser that pops out.
It's on the front here, I believe.
Yeah, there you go.
Push this down, and it'll open on the front.
Yeah.
Did it pop open?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did.
And you can swing Bowser around. That was so cool. Very cool feature.
I like how it has a lot of play features, but it's still a 18
great
plus
static
set,
display as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I was hoping they were going to do with the Minecraft crafting bench too.
Yeah,
and that
ended
ended
up more stuff
not even being a complete box, and then the inside was I don't know. I was hoping it was going to be a little more like this. I think
that would have been nice.
I think they underdid that one a little bit.
I think that was the price range. I think that probably held it back a good bit.
Probably,
yeah. Fair.
I'm sure they were constrained by that. And we also got the introduction of Luigi in 2021. So they basically retextured Mario, gave him a firmware update, and now you've got Luigi, which of course is a great addition, logical addition.
Yeah.
So I know these are popular with kids for sure, playing with these starter courses and these expansion sets. I've never personally played with it. Have you guys ever played with it?
I have. Yes.
The digital system.
I
what
did.
Do you think?
Yes. I thought it was okay. I do actually really like the way they've done Mario, Luigi, and Peach for that matter. The blocky look, I think it fits in well with the Lego aesthetic. The eyes are only creepy when they're off.
Yep.
When they're on, it looks great. It looks fine. I love how it can sense the little barcodes underneath that. And a lot of these sets have, both of these do at least, they have a barcode in here that you can scan with
Even
the Mario.
the larger sculptural sets have integration with the app.
Which is maybe why they're considered Lego Mario sets, just because of that one piece.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. My only gripe with them is that they're so flimsy. If you put together a course and you try and pick it up, there's no way it's staying together. Not even remotely. It's so flimsy. But I think it is cool. It's definitely a play set type thing, that you play with. Yeah. You can build your own courses, all that jazz. I think that's really fun. It's not really for me anymore now that I'm older, but I think it's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I also had lots of toys when I was a kid that was you just spread it out on the floor, and you don't have to pick it. Brio trains or anything else. You'd make huge courses all over your house, but it's not meant to be picked up. But yeah, for much the same reason, a lot of times in the store we don't even put these sets out built because they just don't have a lot of great integrity.
They take up a lot of space too.
They take up a lot of space. They're very fragile, so they're meant to just kind of be laid out on a board and built to whatever you want to do during that play session, I suppose. But these sculptural sets obviously sell well, very well built in our store as well. Moving on to 2022, we got the introduction of Peach as well. She was our third and final edition of an interactive character, but I think a very welcome addition to the Mario family nonetheless.
I do agree.
That was a few years ago in 2022, though. We haven't gotten any new ones since then. So she was the last one that we got. But do you all think, even though that she only came out in 2022, do you think we would ever get more of these? Who would you all like to see next as a molded character?
I'll tell you, I don't think we're going to get another one. Yeah. I think this is it. Yeah. I don't think they're going to make any more. If they did, though, it would be really cool to see a Toad. You know,
A
like
Toad,
like in Mario Bros. Wii, there's Mario, Luigi, and 2 Toads as your playable characters.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Toad is a little smaller, so yeah, I don't know. What about you, Reese?
They could have done that with the Captain Toad set that they made.
Yeah,
that would have been really cool. Yeah.
I think if we got like a Rosalina, because she's
Okay,
another
yeah.
major Mario character.
That's a good point.
Specifically, if they do the Galaxy sets, like I was saying earlier.
Right.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't do Donkey Kong as one. I mean, it would be a very different form, but he's like the next like major poster child character. Like he has his own games under his own name. So maybe for that reason they wanted to keep it just to Mario, not specifically Donkey Kong. I don't know. Or like a playable Yoshi, I guess. I mean, they made like a rideable Yoshi, but I don't know. There's plenty of options. But let us know in the comments who you would like to see as another molded character. I think I would agree, though. I don't know. We didn't hear from you, Reese, but would you think also that it's pretty unlikely that we would see another one at this point of these interactive characters?
I mean, yeah, I would say most likely. Unless they take the series in like a completely new direction that warrants like a new character. Yeah. I don't think they would.
At the time of filming this, we've heard a lot of rumors about the new like smart brick and smart play system that's coming to LEGO. So it seems like that's going to be integrating a lot of the same kind of functions as this. So it's possible that if they do another one, they may just build it around that existing smart brick that they're already going to be using in their themes like Star Wars and Pokemon, which is going to be coming out later this year, which we're also very excited for. So it'd be interesting to see if we may not ever get another figure in this style, but maybe we'll see interactive Mario figures in kind of a different style moving forward as part of that system. 2022, to pair with Peach, we also got Bowser, big buildable Bowser.
Yes.
This is a massive sculpture, probably the largest Mario set to date, I would have to think, by piece count. And this was this around the same time? When did the Mario movie come out? What year was that?
I think that came out in 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
So that was actually after this? Let's see.
I think it was.
All right, yeah. Oops.
2023 sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2023.
Yeah, I graduated 22, and I would have known if it came out when I was in high school. You know?
Yeah. But a lot of people, of course, were taking this large Bowser sculpture and pairing it with like the grand piano set for the Peach's scene. But super cool. He can like shoot fireball missiles out of his mouth. Very posable. Very cool. Do either of you have this set?
I have this set at home.
So let's see, are you 3 for 3? Let's see. You said you had the NES.
I'm 3 for 3 today. Yeah.
You had the question block, and you have the Bowser. Okay, we're still going. We'll get into
3 for 3 so far.
2023 next. Piranha Plant. Do you have the Piranha Plant?
I do.
Okay, here. So you're 4 for 4. How about you?
I don't personally own any of them. Okay. But part of that is because my fiance owns most of them.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, okay, well, I see them all the time.
Yeah, there you go. You don't need to have your own personal copy. Yeah, that's totally fair. Then 2024, we have the Mario and Yoshi. This was the more like pixel art style one based on the Super Mario World, which was another one that I played a lot on the SNES, I think, growing up. But fantastic game. Do you have this one?
This is the first one I'm missing.
First one that breaks it. Yeah.
It's a great set.
I'm looking for it. I've been looking for it everywhere. Haven't been able to find it yet, except for on Lego.com. Could always buy it there.
This is one of my more favorite games that they based this one on, but I think this set fell a little flat, no pun intended, just being kind of a 2D pixel art. But what do you all think about this one?
I think it's neat. Yeah. I think it's cool. I like how it has a little crank that, kind of like this,
Just makes him run along and like tongue pops out and stuff.
I think it's a fun display piece, but I don't think it warrants 130.
Okay, so they've kept the Bowser on for at least 3 years at this point. Yeah, that's
pretty nice.
That's pretty good run. Could be retiring at the end of this year though, we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I really love about the Bowser is that when you pick him up off of his little stand, his little feet kind of like drop down a little bit, so it's very like realistic. It's like you're picking up a baby. Yeah, it's really funny.
And the tail too, doesn't it? Isn't the tail just
the tail kind of falls down a little bit?
Yeah, that's funny. All right, so that was 2024, and into the current year, 2025. This is when we got the introduction of the Mario Kart kind of sub-theme. Yeah. What do we think about this? So these are not focused around the interactive characters. So we're getting lots more smaller brick-built characters, Baby Mario and Yoshi. But what do we think about the Mario Kart introduction overall?
I like the sets. I like that they're vehicles because it's kind of hard to show like a good build when you're kind of having to spread it out. Like in the Toad set, for example, it's very spread out. It's just very flat. Whereas like a car, they can just build a car. I mean, it's a bigger scale, but it still looks, it's a better display thing, I would say.
Better for display at a cheaper price point. I mean, up until this point, we basically had interactive expansion packs or humongous several $100 display pieces. So this kind of gives you a little bit of middle ground there, which I think is going to be better for our demographic.
Yeah. I think the Mario Kart sets are really cool. I'm a huge Mario Kart fan. I love Mario Kart. And I don't have a single one of these sets. But I do think they look cool. They've been catching my eye. I also like how they're cars. I like how they're actual cars that can go. Because they have enough out where you could do a whole 12-character race if you really wanted to. Which I think is really cool. Nice. It's very interesting.
Nice. Good point. In conjunction with that, we also got the Blue Shell gift with purchase, which is a very cool gift with purchase, I think, both as a standalone sculpture and to kind of commemorate that start of Mario Kart. Do either of you guys have this one?
I do not. No, I don't.
Don't have the Blue Shell. I think it got pretty expensive, I think. Like,
it went up pretty quickly.
I think it runs for like 80 or 90 now.
Yeah, I believe it. And then this may be the real star of the show of 2025, the Game Boy set. Also listed as a Mario set, but again, kind of strange here. So we already talked about how the question block and the NES were both solely based on Mario properties and had that interactive feature with the barcodes and stuff.
Right.
The Game Boy also has a Zelda cartridge, and as far as I know, doesn't have any scannable barcodes, so I'm surprised. This could just be a case where it's like a Bricklink delineation and isn't really considered that way in Lego's mind. But what do y'all think about the new Game Boy? Have either of you gotten it? I've gotten it, but haven't built it yet.
I do not have it.
I got it from my fiance, and she built it. I got it from here.
Nice.
And it's nice. It looks good next to an actual Game Boy, too.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people doing side-by-side. Same with the NES. I think the NES was scaled down a little bit more, but a lot of people doing side-by-side comparisons was very cool to see. I've heard there's a lot of crazy build techniques in it. I think Garrett built one as well.
Interesting.
He was talking about like the rubber bands and the different like snot techniques and stuff being held together with bars. So I'm really looking forward to building that one. I'm very excited. All right, well, now that we're caught up on history, let's talk about more of our personal highlights here. So what is everyone's maybe favorite set from all of Lego Mario overall? Favorite set they've released? Who wants to go
Are we
first?
counting the big ones?
Anything. You can pick a little tiny play set, you can pick a blind bag figure, or you can pick a big sculpture.
So I don't have this set, but one of the sets that I've always really liked is the giant set with the big Goomba and the big Koopa.
Oh, like all the upscale characters.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It's like a
good set. I know Garrett had like the big guys displayed with Mighty Bowser as like a display.
That's pretty cool.
That's just seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an excellent choice. So you say that's your favorite one overall from all of Lego Mario?
I mean, it's a really good in between because you get a good display, but you're getting it at like playscale price.
Yeah,
which I think is solid.
Nice.
I mean, if you were going to give me one of these sets right now, I probably wouldn't pick that set, though. I would probably pick one of the bigger ones.
That's fair.
But...
No, it's a good unconventional choice for sure. How about you, Jackson? Favorite Mario set overall?
It's got to be this one. It's just so... I loved it. I loved every second of building it. I love every second of looking at it. It's just very nostalgic for me.
Nice. Excellent choice. There's a lot of cool ones I could pick. I mean, obviously all the sculptures are cool. I think the first Bowser's airship that they did was really cool. It had that like giant golden hand claw on it. But one of the only Mario sets I've actually bought retail, it's so silly. It's the Goomba's shoe. It's the little like green shoe with the wind up crank on the back and little Goomba in it. Because I just remember that being such a funny feature from, I think that's Super Mario Bros. 3 that has that, where the little Goombas like pop out of the shoe and then they like hop along. And I was like, it's really cheap, so I'm just gonna buy it. So I think it's one of the only ones I've actually bought, but I'll go with that. Let's see, we already talked about the future of digital figures. What would you all like to see as next year's large sculptural set? They clearly kind of take a shotgun approach in terms of just picking wildly different things. So, I mean, the world's your oyster. You could really pick anything here. What would you like to see as the next large sculpture set?
I think me and Reese might have the same answer here.
Yeah.
I think the Wii would be
That's what I was
insane.
thinking. Yeah. It would be.
Build a Wii, okay.
Especially
so continuing
if you could,
with the consoles?
Take off the top. Right, kind of like they have the the little hidden compartment in this one with level 1, 2 in it. If you could like take off the top and inside would be like a galaxy. I think it could. I think they could do it really well. And like having a Wii remote with it as a build would be very cool.
Yeah. They clearly like the older ones because there's more nostalgia there, right? We got the NES, we got the Game Boy. I mean, not Mario, but they did the Atari. You think they would skip over doing like a GameCube or an N64?
A GameCube would be cool. I don't think they're going to do an N64.
Yeah.
Just because they have this. I think that
the N64 console itself too is not
right.
quite as iconic. If they did a purple GameCube though, I don't know.
That could be really cool, and it's square. You know,
you could put anything inside.
It's kind of easy to make it. Yeah, Smash Melee was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you could potentially see some like Smash Brothers incorporation.
That would be really cool.
Or Sunshine would be very cool. I mean, if they did basically this in a GameCube, but with scenes from Sunshine, right? You get the tower with the big sun in the middle, little Mario with the water jetpack thing.
Yeah.
All right, do you have a different answer for us?
I do wonder how much they're gonna stick with things that they've already done.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like they'll just make something very similar. Like they've made 2 consoles, for instance.
Good point.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna make another thing like a question block.
Okay, so maybe another character, or let's see. I mean, what else do we have? We had the big Bowser, we had the Mario and Yoshi, but it was like 2D.
Right.
The question block was just sort of an item from the game, so I don't know. What would you like to see?
I mean, there's really not much of a pattern there with like what they're doing.
Not
like,
at all.
at
Not at all. So take your.
I would like to see a Wii. I could see them doing like a smaller set for a Wii too, or doing like a Wii remote or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, because of its like iconic shape and everything like that.
Of course.
Yeah. Excellent choice. And then final question, what would you all like to see next as sort of like a sub-theme of sets? So like they added the Mario Kart sets this year. They've done like the collectible blind bags. I would consider kind of like a sub-theme. It's just like a different scale or way of like selling Mario products. So what would you like to see as the next like big kind of broad wave of products?
One thing that I think would be really cool, and they've already started this kind of, is the Mario Wonder sets. They have one. It's Prince Florian's castle. It's like
that set is
Bowser,
really cool.
and it's like all green and flowy. It's
Okay.
from Wonder, and it looks really cool. I would love to see more of that in Lego Mario. I think that would look really nice. The one they have looks amazing so far.
Nice.
So I think it'd be cool to see more of that.
Yeah. How about you?
I think they could bring the blind boxes back.
Okay.
I think would be one thing that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they've started doing battle packs. So like the smaller sets with like a couple of the of the like brick built figures, you know, being in there. I think my biggest sub theme that I would probably want would be Galaxy. If we got like a Galaxy sub theme of sets, with Galaxy coming over to the Switch, I think those would do pretty well.
It's a perfect time.
I would like those. Yeah.
Nice. Mine may be an unconventional choice because it's not Mario strictly, but I would say Smash Bros. I don't think they'll do it either because it's like fighting based, but Lego fudges their rules for licensed stuff all the time. So I would love to see like a few different sets of like different iconic maps from like the original Smash Bros. And like throw some other like random characters in there. Like give us a brick built Rob and like give us a. This would be a great way for them to finally do Mario minifigures, which is always talked about too. Give us like a Dr. Mario minifigure and like other skins and stuff from that game.
I've changed my answer. We need a brick built Rob for next year.
Brick built Rob.
Absolutely,
that would be an amazing.
Oh, as a big sculpture?
Yes, as a big sculpture.
Cool.
Because real Rob. I mean,
would be
original
amazing.
full size Rob is like this big,
he's
right?
Yeah.
He's huge. So that would make
Be
a
a
good.
great
Because he sits like on top of the NES, right?
Yeah, he was like an accessory to it. They only made like 2 games for Rob, didn't they?
Yeah,
it was
it's something like it's a
Gyromite.
very small amount.
It was Gyromite, and what the heck was the other one? Somebody will be yelling at their screen right now what the other Rob game was. I can't remember. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. Last few things. We got a few other collectibles and things here on the table. These were the limited edition coins that they put out. They made a silver coin and a gold coin commemorating Super Mario. Oopsie. We got a bunch of these here at the store, though, so if you're looking for one of those, you can get your hands on it. And then, Reese, what is this other item you brought here for us to see?
It's the Luigi keychain. I think there's a Mario keychain, too, but I don't think we have any of those.
I've never seen this before. I didn't know this was a thing.
That is the only one that I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
So.
Maybe a more limited release or something. Yeah.
The gear always has weird releases and like people don't even know it exists.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We were looking at the gear on there and there was like a Switch carrying case that was Lego Mario inspired. Yeah, just wild stuff. And speaking of limited release, we also have here the kind of weird set. This was the like Comic-Con, but I think it was from the year that Comic-Con didn't happen, so it ended up being more widely available. But it's weird to see that they were even considering having a Comic-Con exclusive Mario set. I mean, you don't really think about that kind of stuff when you think about Comic-Con. Well, thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. Thank you to Jackson and to Reese for joining me for this discussion about Lego Mario. Let us know down below in the comments some of your answers to these questions, like what you would like to see next as a large sculptural set, or the kind of the next sub-theme of sets from Lego Mario. But thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time on Between the Studs. Please leave a like on this video down below. Consider subscribing to Atlanta Brick Co. TV, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.